this. While South Africans wait for answers on how the Bushiris escaped the country, Justice Minister Ronald Lamola has confirmed that the couple's arrest in Malawi yesterday did take place and has kick-started the extradition process. Our reporter Barry Bateman was at the post-cabinet briefing earlier, and he joins us now in our Pretoria studio. A very good afternoon to you, Barry, and thank you very much, of course, for just sharing some time with us. What exactly did the minister say about the Bushiri matter?
Yeah, good afternoon, Morena. Well, that issue of it being investigated in South Africa by the JCPS cluster, that includes the Ministers of Police, Justice and Constitutional Development, as well as the Ministers of Home Affairs. You would recall this is a matter essentially about the criminal justice system and somebody leaving the country unlawfully. Well, the JCPS cluster, I can tell you now, they had a meeting this morning, an emergency meeting to discuss this particular matter, but it was also discussed by Cabinet yesterday at that Cabinet meeting. Minister Ronald Lamola saying that Cabinet is satisfied with the manner in which the cluster is investigating and proceeding with this matter. The big question, though, was, well, what do we know at this stage? The minister saying he's not in a position to disclose how Bushiri got out of the country. That is a matter that will be announced by the JCPS cluster. When that is going to happen, we don't know, but only once they know certainly or have the facts all accurate and they fully understand the picture will the public get an answer. But the gist of what the minister was saying is that Cabinet is satisfied with the way it is being handled.
Barry, we had the self-proclaimed prophet essentially giving South African authority ultimatums. If I'm going to come back, this is what you need to do. So where exactly are we in the extradition process?
Well, the minister going into a little bit of detail here about where we stand at this stage. And perhaps the most encouraging thing, I suppose, there was a lot of speculation. Let's just go back a couple of days, Morena, about what is going to happen now. How are we going to get him back? Well, the minister telling us that there has been a high level of cooperation coming from the authorities, that there were certain processes that were started here in South Africa and talks had taken place between our counterparts in that particular country, and the process is underway. So on that particular issue of extradition, how we're going to get the fugitive back, the minister had this to say.
The following actions have been undertaken. A warrant of arrest was obtained by the Hawks on the 16th November 2020 and copies submitted to Interpol and the NCB in Lilongwe. Request to activate a red notice on the Interpol system was submitted by the Hawks on the 17th November 2020. And a request for provisional arrest for Mr. and Ms. Shepherd Bushiri has been submitted to Lilongwe and has been executed. This request has been done in terms of Article 10 of the SADC Protocol, which requires that the requesting state for extradition submit to the authorities within 30 days, and after the arrest of the fugitive within 30 days, a formal extradition request must be made.
Thank you very much, Barry. That's our reporter, Barry Bateman, coming to us on this story about the Bushiris from our Pretoria studio. Staying with our fugitives, self-proclaimed prophet Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary have gone and forfeited their 5.5 million rand property in Centurion, that's outside Pretoria. The couple fled to Malawi last week in breach of their bail conditions. They're charged with fraud, theft and money laundering. 2 warrants of arrest have been issued for them. Our reporter Tshekwa Jumahi has more.
The court makes the following order. The property belonging to accused number 4, that is Shepherd Huxley Bushiri, and number 5, Mary Bushiri, with the following details: 1585 Midstream Estate is hereby forfeited to the state.
That's the final word from Magistrate Thandi Teledi. This comes, of course, as the Bushiris were not in court as they're expected to be according to their bail conditions, while accused number 1, Vila Mudolo, continues his bail application. Meanwhile, the attorney for the Bushiris says he's got no formal communication as to where his clients are. He says all that he knows is what he has read in the media. And Landiwe Ntlokwane has been warned not to break her bail conditions. She's expected to inform the investigating officer 5 days before she decides to leave the province. The Bushiris have also forfeited their 200,000 rand bail each. Pretoria Magistrates Court.
Still to come on the lead.